Maybe, just maybe you wanted to stay with Shoto. You shook your head. No, we have a clear plan set in mind, and I can't throw that all away just because of a small crush, you think. Besides, why would he want to stay with me anyways? Dethrone the king and rule on your own? That's your goal, to be the best queen and show your father who you really are, not fall in love. Yes, Shoto sighs. I suppose you're right, princess, but do you really think we can pull this off in only 1 month before our wedding? The plan is sort of simple. You will be caught cheating on Shoto, profusely, of course, purposely. God. Thus the marriage will be cancelled, and Shoto will reveal his father's secrets to his people and admit the chaos. King Todoroki will have no choice but to step down, and in the meantime, you would be visiting a plan against your own father, all in only a month. If you can't complete the plan before the wedding, you can't go through it. The penalty of cheating on your royal husband would be death, so you must cheat before the wedding, while he is only your fiancé. You have no intentions of being beheaded anytime soon. I sure hope so. You humble. We just have to make everyone think we're in love, he says, so that the betrayal will be more painful. Hopefully, then my father will be distracted enough to not notice me gathering the commoners. You nodded, but the thought of cheating on him makes you feel terrible. Strange. It makes you feel pitiful. All right then, you say. If we're really going to do this, we must do it soon. Who shall I cheat on you? Someone who knows the plan? Shoto pauses to think. Perhaps. He clears his throat. One of the palace's staff? You both look at Takashi standing behind you, doing his duty and keeping watch. It would be simple enough. Shoto whispers. He does stand guard by your door every night. We would just have to convince him to help us. Cheating with Takashi? The thought would have never crossed your mind. Does Shoto think about it often? But what about circumstances would that entail for him? And perhaps he has a lover of his own, you sighed. I just don't know if I would bring someone else into this. What if they get hurt too? I suppose you're right, Shoto agreeing. I wouldn't want him to be punished. Actually, you say hesitantly, do you think he likes being a guard here? Shoto blinks. Well, I personally haven't asked him that. He's been here for so long as I can remember. You fiddled with your hands. If Takashi actually wanted to escape the palace and went along with the plan, then you could take him with you when you leave. Simple as that. He wouldn't get hurt and you would get to escape. You smiled. This might actually work. Hey, what are you? Izuku's shouts interrupted your thoughts and you jerk your head towards his stand. There, he's struggling against a man who grabbed his arm. The man's hair is all black and spiky, and he's dressed in a black and white shirt. He's whispering something to the terrified green-haired boy, his face obscured by the shade from Izuku's stand. You stand up, averting Takashi, nodding, and he runs towards the assaulter. Excuse me, sir. Hands off at once. His voice is stern, and he places his hand on the strange man's shoulder. The man sweeps around, revealing himself. His white shirt hangs low. Oh my god. Showing off his purple scars and pale skin. His face is even worse. Half of it is overcome by the simple, same purple-looking skin, clips somewhat and seemingly trying to keep it from falling apart. The man holds his hands up, beckoning away from your personal guard. Calm down, calm down. I was just asking how much for one. The man defends himself, eyeing Takashi. Takashi nods to Izuku, and the stall owner shudders. They're only $5. The scared man throws $10 on the table, and the figure takes one of King Todoroki. He mumbles a thanks and roams off into the crowd. Wait, you stand up? Shoto standing next to you. You follow the man. People try to stop and chat with you, but you ignore the villagers and head straight on. You hear Takashi calling you and Shoto. My love, Shoto says, aware of the villagers around him. What are we doing? Surely you're not planning to chase him down. You stay quiet. Sure, you saw him grab the last 5 other figures. He couldn't get away with that. You maneuvered through the crowd, attempting to hide your face from the poldering people? I don't know what the fuck. Suddenly, the scarred man turns behind a building, and you follow, grabbing on to hold Shoto's hand. The alleyway is dark. Despite the sunny day and the day of the market, you smell something foul, like a rotten animal or old food still and filled the small place. Shoto tugs at your sleeve. Princess, he whispers, it's not a good idea. We should just let Takashi deal with it. You shake your head. Izuku's face forming in your mind. He must have worked so hard on those very detailed figures. You hear soft humming, seemingly coming from the scared man ahead of you, his hand on his hip, and the other grasping the figure of the king. His husky voice is low. You are no king. A tyrant. He spits the words. Is all you will ever be. Oh well. And throws the figure into a pile of something, grinning beneath the darkness. It'll all end soon. Soon they'll all see that purple isn't just for royals. Your heart is pounding as the scarred man's words echo in your mind. Purple. Purple is Mizuka's kingdom's base color, along with silver and gold. It's what your father always wears, as he believes it stands out for wealthy and stable, like a good omen. No villager ever wears the color purple around him. Nobody does. Not even you. The scarred man chuckles, a sound that will forever haunt your ears. Then fires his hands out of burst of light protruding from him. Fire. Blue flame engulfed the house closest to him. Smoke igniting, filling the sky and your lungs. Shoto grabs your hand and runs from the heat, screaming for the guards. The fire has already spread multiple stalls, and citizens are running wild. Screams, coughs, and sobs fill the air. Your mind is blank and your vision is blurry. You can feel Shoto's hand on your arm and Takashi calling your name. Your lungs are screaming. Did he really set that many fires? Or did he have help? Through the confusion and smoke, you can see one thing clearly. Izuku's stall and his figures all on fire. You can't see the boy, but you fear for him anyways. Help him. You grab onto Shoto. Please. Princess. And that's the last thing you hear before everything goes black. A cough rips from your lungs, startling everyone around you. Her Highness is awake. All you hear are voices around you and people surrounded your bed. Wait, bed? You're in your room? And the fire. Everything comes swirling back like a reverse tornado. You grab onto the nearest maid. Please, you beg. What of the market? The fire? She stutters. Go get the prince. She shouts and ran off, leaving you with your question. What of Shoto? Your heart grows heavy. He couldn't be hurt, can he? Suddenly, Shoto storms in, a doctor murmuring things behind him. You sit up in bed. Please. Oh, she passed out, lack of oxygen. The smoke swelled in her airways until she couldn't breathe. Shoto embraces you, his eyes closed, making you blush. Shoto? I'm so glad you're okay, he whispers, nuzzling into your neck. I don't know what I would have done without you. A maid purses everyone out of the room, giggling and leaving you two alone. You blush even harder. Shoto, you say to the boy wrapped around you. You can stop pretending now. They're gone. Just, he whispers, a little longer. His body is warm, and his embrace is gentle, and maybe this is okay. You melt into his embrace and sigh, letting out a breath you didn't know you were holding. You were asleep for 3 days. 3 days? The doctor said it was mostly because of stress. Your body found time to rest, and so it did, and the lack of oxygen from the smoke you inhaled. So there's what? Only 25 days left until we... Shoto's smile is cast downwards, and you fear you've said something wrong. Maybe he's still worried. Don't worry, I'm fine, you reassure him. But we have to do something. He nods. He knows what you mean, and he still seems disdained. His chin is on your shoulder, and he wasn't letting go yet. You can stop pretending, Shoto, you say, beginning to feel uncomfortable. He shouldn't waste so much time on you, when you both could be doing something more important, like breaking up this fake reunion. But then, what he says makes your heart stop. I'm not pretending, he whispers, his mouth brushing your ear. Your face feels red. I was so worried. I wasn't lying when I said I didn't know what I would do without you. You pull back to look at his face, expecting to see a motionless stare as he always had. But he's blushing, his cheeks tinted a light pink, and his eyes avoiding your gaze. I'm glad you're awake, he says, then stands up and leaves, shutting the door behind him. You sit for a while, processing what had just happened, then giggled. Why? Why does he make you so happy? Why can he make your heart go wild at just one sentence? You laugh some more and flop your face into a pillow. He wasn't pretending. He wasn't pretending. You heard a knock on your door inside. Come in, you say with a hint of giggle still in your voice. Takashi enters with a smirk on his face. So? Still in a little fangirly state, you squealed. He's just so... Takashi sits beside you. What? Charming, ethereal, sexy? Oh my gosh, stop. You slap his arm but laugh. I just don't even know anymore. He nods and continues. I don't know. He deserves someone better. Someone who isn't so... analytical? Maybe he does. You glare at your guard. But maybe, he says smirking, he doesn't want what he deserves. Maybe he just wants you. You blushed. Oh wow, Mr. Love Expert, thanks for the encouragement. Like that's even a possibility. He scoffs. Come on, have you heard the way he talks about you? I haven't seen him so happy since Fuyumi was here. You lifted an eyebrow. And well, there's one more thing. Takashi smirks. He visits you at night. What? Well, not in a pervy way you might be thinking of, he laughs. But he was stood at your door at night. I can always see him, wondering if he should knock or not. Alas, he never has. And he asks me about you plenty. Takashi sighs. Listen, just think. What is your goal here? Why are you really here? Is this what you want? Before you make any choices, I could answer those questions. You have to know where you are to know where you want to be. Thank you, Takashi. You whisper. He nods and leaves you alone. You look out your window and watch as the sun sets on the vast kingdom. Shoto's words haven't left your mind since. I'm not pretending.